there are very important questions to be asked. Firstly, what is the framework within which the Ghanaian government collaborated with the United States of America? We are reliably informed and we are reliably guided by the former Minister of Defense, who is on my right-hand side here, that at no stage in the 8 years of the Akufo-Addo administration did the government of Ghana get into any agreement with the United States to have Ghana be used as a base for launching military attacks in other foreign countries.
But unim say the first person who call USA, I got moi say obeso or stop terrorists in Burkina Faso.
Today, Russian mercenaries are on our northern border. Burkina Faso has now entered into an arrangement to go along with Mali in employing the Wagner forces there.
For the recent attacks in Nigeria, the Nigerians will confirm to you that they invited the Americans and they also reached out to Ghana to collaborate.
The Nigerians?
Yes, both the Nigerians and the Americans.
Minority in parliament demanding answers. Answers. Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, the foreign affairs minister. For the first time, Nigeria terrorist for no US echo bombiomo. Now, minim didn't say about this time. USA, Ghana, Nigeria together agreed so almost Ghana as a base. I fire the terrorists in Nigeria. Now you say I'm fire Nigeria, but you need come to grow. Oh, when you make his friends and firing no. San Ghana. Why foreign affairs minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa na onwa na aka na numtum. Tie no. Now tie ni wi a mebebusa adenti ana MPP for ekasa asemi. Say omu demande the entire Saturday we see here and for parliament no money.
Well, everybody knows that Ghana has a defense cooperation agreement with the US, approved by our parliament, and not only with the US, but with many other strategic partners, including the UK, a number of Gulf states. We do these things in our strategic national interest, and we are also careful to draw the lines. And so there's a red line. We do not accept military bases in our country. And I'm sure that what is happening in the Middle East now vindicates Ghana's position. We have historically prevented Western powers from establishing military bases in our country. And I believe that those who initially were not sure why Ghana was very stern about this position now appreciate that. Having said that, we also take the view that any cooperation, any intervention must be on a case-by-case basis, and there has to be express approval. So the recent attacks in Nigeria, the Nigerians will confirm to you that they invited the Americans and they also reached out to Ghana to collaborate.
The Nigerians?
Yes, both the Nigerians and the Americans. So that's how we are playing this out. Sovereignty has to be respected. Territorial integrity has to be respected. You must be invited. And we must all agree on the scope of the intervention, because we do not want this to lead to another Venezuelan situation or some other, geopolitical matter, because sovereignty is important, territorial integrity is important. We must know exactly what the scope is, what you are coming to do, the nature of the intervention. It's very, very important. I mean, our citizens would not forgive us, and legitimately so, if we just, take away their sovereignty and allow external elements to just come in and do whatever they want.
there are very important questions to be asked. Firstly, what is the framework within which the Ghanaian government collaborated with the United States of America? We are reliably informed and we are reliably guided by the former Minister of Defense, who is on my right-hand side here, that at no stage in the 8 years of the Akufo-Addo administration did the government of Ghana get into any agreement with the United States to have Ghana be used as a base for launching military attacks in other foreign countries. So at what stage and through what legal mechanism or framework did our government collaborate and agree with the government of the United States of America to unleash a military action and airstrikes against a terrorist organization in a foreign country, Nigeria? That is the first question. The second question, if the government of Ghana entered into any such agreement with the government of the United States of America, the dictates and tenets of our national constitution are express and clear that such agreements must necessarily elicit parliamentary approval. And so if there was any such agreement, why has the government as yet not tabled that agreement before the Parliament of Ghana for ratification or otherwise? Thirdly, what are the national security implications for our country with this kind of collaboration? Does Ghana become a target of ISIS? Does Ghana become a target for other terrorist organizations? What measures have been put in place in Ghana to ensure that our citizens are protected and our national security is safeguarded? And so what measures has the government put in place in the light of this extraordinary disclosure by the foreign minister, a very high-ranking official of the government and a member of the National Security Council of the government, that our government, on the blind side of all of Ghana, the media, civil society, parliament, and other stakeholders in our country, collaborated and cooperated with the United States in December last year, some 3 clear months ago, to authorize a military action from Ghanaian soil into a foreign country against a terrorist organization? What measures have they put in place to protect Ghanaians? These are the 3 fundamental questions we ask. And we conclude by making this strong and firm demand that the Minister for Foreign Affairs should appear before Parliament immediately to brief Parliament the circumstances under which the Mahama administration collaborated with the United States to perpetuate this military action in Nigeria, and what framework, legal framework, was it that they took this action, and table it before Parliament for the consideration of Parliament. And finally, to give the Ghanaian people the needed assurance that Ghana is not being unnecessarily exposed to terrorist organizations.
But unim say the first person you call USA, I got nyam moi say obese or stop terrorists in Burkina Faso, because or say Burkina Faso for anya Russia Wagner for no Wagner for no omusoja for no omaba bigu Burkina Faso ho ana say omoye memasem ho.
Today, Russian mercenaries are on our northern border. Burkina Faso has now entered into an arrangement to go along with Mali in employing the Wagner forces there. I believe a mine in southern Burkina has been allocated to them as a form of payment for their services. Prime Minister of Burkina Faso in the last 10 days has been in Moscow. And to have them operating on our northern border is particularly distressing for us in Ghana. Apart from not accepting the idea of great powers once again making Africa their theater of operation, we have a particular position that you know about over the Ukraine war, where we have been very, very vocal and upfront about condemning the invasion of Russia by Russia, and therefore then now to have this group at our borders is a matter of some considerable disquiet and concern for us. We really like to have a privileged opportunity to talk about its implications and what we believe ought to be the case. This is what took place with the discussion in the Congress yesterday, which I found very fruitful. And I would like the themes of that discussion should be the themes that we should continue to address. To what extent?
I don't know, I must say, Nanado, Akosinichi on Captain Ibrahim Traore. The reason why I not John Dramani, Mama friends, so I'm also on man. But finally, Oji to move. But all by no condition is that me buy me to a and you okay, all the head of state buy on one, and now you are allowed. Two, na a channel one, the chair president. Because who be paying? So what Nipa or Canada no? Who's no crown of true. But fortunately enough, John Dramani Mahamane, Captain Brown Traore, our relationship near Kama, good relationship. We knew. But there's questions. Unfortunately, no Nanado. Abra Kosia US for no this uncommon. No. Oh. So why is the MPP demanding for answers when they already know the answers? When Okudzeto Ablakwa admitting, say yes, Ghana, USA, and Nigeria, and a couple agree yes, or Miss Ghana as a base. After Mrs. Sokoto Nigeria, after getting Boko Haram for no Omuku Christians. That's what the USA assume. So Omuku Christians in Nigeria. So Nigeria government are on president Tinubu Editumu. Ghana government John Dramani Mahama Tumu and Donald Trump take the strike. This occurred in December 2025. Our Nigeria in Sokoto. After that, December, January, February, they do March. Just few days ago, the Foreign Affairs Minister, Okudzeto Ablakwa, confirmed said, "Sa strike na ekwo so dada no. E happen on Ghana so. Now, the minority led by Abu Jinapor, all Casadona, former defense minister, Nitu, also Edina and plus other members of parliament and belonging to the minority side. Omuna a press conference here on it. They are demanding, say, the foreign affairs minister, the government of the day, about answer questions. See, Omu hear answers about the saying, and of course, Ghana is so. At this age and time, our terrorist groups no eldos in Africa. Enti ye koyama Boko Haram for ebufu a oma be fire ya na. Should that be part of the reason why nani 71 friends and fishermen for ye kidnap omo na? And no the reason why the terrorist group in Burkina Faso ekunye traders here go for tomatoes ya na. According to the MPP, these are their questions. And Omunim the entire arm for Parliament of Ghana. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Abu Jinapor, na okana na do danko akufuado. Na momo hono. Onimisa na nado eko United States of America. Eko accuse Burkina Faso of hosting missionaries. Ana osatu aso ega cho mo say United States of America ye hiam support. Na uye support na ayede na call for a base. Or they should get closer. And then go PM Ghana. Accra International Airport nkameka gotoka am fast. Who go PM ho and then United States of America for ni so that for ni na mo de bia. Even though they don't have an active base out Ghana. But who go PM airport amuna mo de bia. And some comedian na do go di no. Now say ohia support in combating terrorism in West Africa. Our the country Ghana. I can't who be. Even though ni enru but on be say bedu ha wi ansa. Oni me. Ye ni sa on de no. Ye ni time e go say sika say ye dey kwa fight abra the ordinary person on the street kwanya aduane ni. And then John Dramani Mahama administration ongoni san community, but your constant collaboration with Ghana and United States of America. A bit say the West African deportees, a deportee of Ghana, not Ghana. Ya so mo mako omo various countries. E bi Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, hefa. Ya eni na. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Edi san komo na wie, and this is what he said at that time. So there's a video evidence. I know one I can ask me na make. Chatham not defense minister need to eso ewo hobi o. Na Abu Jinapor so ewo hobi. Na okasa administration home. So if the foreign affairs minister, knowing very well say there's terrorist group in Burkina Faso, in fact, Galamsey for at some point go hire ebimu. Omudi tuo, and you almost say the group gas can obo mutuo na enko. No more protecting Galamsey site. Ghana. It took the military intervention and sana yetimi drive omo away and no it ended in injuries to some military men. So it look like we are not threatened. Now just time nanaka so medruha. And then another Dankwa Akufo-Addo, we had a campaign message from the Ghana Police Service, Ghana Armed Forces. If you see something, say something or do something. Now a campaign message I yedi ekwatia terrorists for if you say Satam no say ISIS will be able to do Ghana ha or much as training the unemployed youth, which unemployed for the doors of it is unemployment youth association. And this omga so omo tapi ina ahwebe hu Ghana ha. And then it is a Boko Haram for say omo the money trade do Niger. Ebia go be do Beni enche ahweme Ghana ha. So that fear was already there. Now the question is, the foreign affairs minister without telling the entire country, was it right and was it wrong? But how on earth do you expect a diplomatic affairs information like this, a classified document, as a exposing intent yeti? Because if Sankagana 40 yenim, trouble, Ubatana as if not quite ready. Again, I don't even know why they are telling us now. Can you go and grasp Komuka? Kasenke dead and gone. Can you go and get it? After yet, we say, I Boko Haram for your mother. Oh, okay. When I'm your brother, man, I'm helping you. Okay, you're in Nigeria for now. Do you have the men? Do we have the men? But also, we needed to help because the Boko Haram for Egusu, conquer territories. In Ghana, as you see currently, the foreign country occupy Ghana. Number one on our list in Nigeria. Do you know which of them are terrorists? And also just a normal Nigerian citizen. Oba, I believe, say Oba Perry and be Nadi, Scabi no Pesonia, and a business no Pesoe. How many are you more omunion to prostitution? And any proud to your coming. How many any actual for scamming? And names or no more scamming. How many any actual for kidnapping, child trafficking? And any how many achia or make car hijackers? And any the entire no more Ghana. And it's a Boko Haram in the Eba over there. Immigration service for you now be at me. So far as we make a cry. Now there was a video surface here. Now amount for Niger. What you say where there? Proper house of Fonkwani Fulani Fonkwa. Move them. Gidi. Through your borders. We see a yet mean stop you. Migration for now stop you. Oga say terrorist for no omo just suit ana. Omo just suit o. That dress in Basa na obe say oh, a poor man be na oba be pem wa no. Say ya no mo dress here. So we your video no more threaten Nigeria for na ya hu. The kind of ndade omo che. Normal jalabia ya yankre for she de ko sala ya bia. And na Fulani for na go bia mo gbinyiri. omone timamfo no kontako amugugu omo ene go pay wa table bua the same thing Fulani for ne farmers gidi pa mekai at some point na agona omo do on fa bre Fulani fu ya now imagine Fulani Hausa Boko Haram wa fu Nigeria ba bedu so who say our country our threat dia sa Boko Haram fu betima ba you protect it and firing them there me yitum but announcing that message in the na ya ti afi pese ye hu de dey which ye start ye de nampa if Boko Haram fu eti de ye kaya because foreign affairs minister ka brofo MPP vo brofo ano mu na de kan anya Boko Haram fu ni biti brofo it is omuti wie na afi omo ma so now they are coming for a proper attacker. Do we have the men? Will United States of America come to our aid? Well, Germany is for no, Saudi for no, Dubai, UAE for no, Kuwait for no, Jordan for no. Yeah, bombo mu base. Unse US. US they already is and come to go. Omo you money momo. And the Middle East countries for no. Omo dey say busa question say And yema wo ye country na be wurem. Na create base to. Ye sha say attack here. Na way you any. Ghana can ni base ni bi ha. But the frequent relationship ayenim US for war. We thinking they always have that good intention for us. And sometimes I don't get it. Ya edi omo fire. Na Nigeria army for no ho omo timi konto ba no. Omo timi ko no omo ne Boko Haram for negotiation. One who say a country any terrorist for a negotiation that. This is Nigeria. Omo timi ka say this group of people match omo ye terrorists for no. Omo repent. Ni omo sika so omo sanfan ko ye adwuma. It was deliberate. Something no money. They were only cooperating. When you say I'm president Tinubu or drug case, our USC. In John there or a full puppet and on amono. On to me gasa US gasa obey makasa. Na humbo or US ho dia kasa obey mistake ni abeso anko. And did not only choice, but our choice sir. And go on. And trust me, say Nigeria, one of the strongest military in Africa. And I didn't say, of a against Saturdays for no bit my fighting. And these are the same Boko Haram for now. Just recently in 2024, our US, friends say, senators, said, US aid, and the sponsors are Boko Haram. And the Vivian Kasian ammunitions are Kasian be graduate Nigeria Army no. Fully sponsored by USAID. An NGO as boa man for no. And you go here and talk to CFN innocent people. The Boko Haram no more creative now. I know they said you would almost fight against it. Yet they won't go shame every. Yet they won't go shame every. But the question is, are there an MP before art ignorant? When the first person who started this, and another go forward. If that time the idea was good to protect Ghana from terrorists, then today the idea is equally good because it's to protect Ghana from terrorists. If Nanado interfering in another sovereign country, Burkina Faso, reporting them to friends the USA, Abro Munim USA and Russia for the friction between them. Now, because Russia for soldiers, Burkina Faso, Efanahoben, Okokan is a go support against terrorism. Kwadia, can almost say Nakoi. Because not the entire Burkina Faso population and a terrorists. A friend is saying, I'm president Captain Brent, the only thing I and so the coup able to kill over. But fortunately for him, the people of Burkina Faso love it. They love it 100%. In fact, and a few content creators from Burkina Faso, almost one of the happiest people are more Africans here in Burkina Faso. They be your money mercilessly. The man is doing great things for them. But you know, according to much US for Emma General Mike Langley. Oh yeah, the general captain of Africa, we African in also. Emma the USA. Army no. Ego guys say hey. Yanka home. Ansa jam go take it back Burkina Faso. Omo Russia for no that relationship no building no. Omo do gold no. Edge tuo. Eti yeni weni na. True na na the conversation in the courses anyway. One Nigeria president Tinubu. And we know Haiti news mobiati. So why are you acting ignorant? Why are you acting naive? When you know the actual truth, and where's another performance? Na Musabe, our SMY. With whatever is going on, very clear. Say the MPP knows about it, the NDC knows about it. The question is not now for them, it's for us, Ghanaians. Say Boko Haram for your mother say Omo Bayeswa. Do we trust in our army to be able to defend us from them? And don't forget, Nigeria army now is stronger China. Even them are finding it difficult to stop Boko Haram. Burkina Faso with a military president. Afei na anu ya no report say tell for no mukum ye traders no makum. It take how long? So that in this way, and you have the intelligence. A home porno. Look at the time first limiter. Inya ya sana omutimi alimezi eno gwa so omon san yo omon da so ho e bi da so ho. Are we ready? Are we ready? Because now the news is out. News now by here. Everything can be expected, right? But according to Foreign Affairs Minister, Claire said the USA, Ghana, Nigeria agreed to use Ghana as the base to fire Boko Haram in Nigeria in December 2025. Confirm. And more, and I say, we watch a session. Catch them why? Many more. Now we feelings. Say them coming feelings. Actually, no. Our comment section. I say, we are subscribe, like it. Na share more so enyebi. Ewe. Edi no eba ko Maxi Billian. I will make a truth to old. But trends macro. Bye bye.